Hello students, in this video I am going to share with you general characters of the order Coniferales of the Gymnosperm. Students, Coniferales are the dominant forest makers of the world. They are represented by about 54 living genera and over 500 species. According to Foster and Gifford, the most dominant and conspicuous gymnosperm is the flora of modern world belonging to the order Coniferales. They occur widely in northern and southern hemispheres. Many of the conifers have now become extinct. These are characteristics of the temperate region, means they are present in the colder part of the earth, majority of which are tall, evergreen forest trees. The Indian coniferous flora of Himalaya is represented by the genera such as Pinus, Avis, Picea, Cedrus, Thuja, Cupress, Juniperus, Araucaria and Podocarpus. Conifers represent an economically important group of gymnosperm. Its members are the source of valuable timber, pulp, oils, resin, turpentine, and Canada valves. Students, you can see in these images, they are the dominant in the colder part of the world and they are the makers of the forest. Students, the name conifer comes from Latin and means cone bearing. All conifers wear their male and female reproductive organs in separate cone, that is in strobili, rather than in flower. That is the characteristic feature of the gymnosperm. Plant wear naked seed and seeds are not protected by the flowers or fruits. Trees usually bear both male and female cone. Male cone produces pollen grains which are transported to the female cone by wind. Means pollination is anemophilous in the gymnosperm. The seeds subsequently develop within the female cones. In some genera, such as junipers and podocarpus, there may be fleshy. The foliage of conifer is either needle-like, as in Pinus, or scale-like, as in Cupress. And most conifers, with the exception of 4 genera, are evergreen trees and shrubs. Next is phylogenetic relationship. Students, you can see clearly in this image that cycads appear first in case of gymnosperm, then gingos, then pinus, and then cnidophytes. And this relationship is known as ancestor-descendant relationship. Flowering plant angiosperm are placed very close to the cnidophyta due to presence of bacills in the cnidophytes. Coniferophyta or Pinophyta. They are assigned in the division Pinophyta or Coniferophyta, class Pinopsida or Coniferopsida, order Pineals or Coniferales. Means Pineals or Coniferales are synonyms. Termed conifers because most members wear their seeds in cones. Cone protect ovule and seed and facilitate pollination as well as dispersal. They are the largest and most ecologically and economically important of all the gymnosperm. Students, Pelger splitted conifer into 7 families and these families are Pinaceae, Araucariaceae, Podocarpaceae, Cyadeophytaceae, Cupressaceae, Cephalotaxaceae and Taxaceae. Some botanists divided Coniferophyta into 4 main orders and these orders are Chordataceae, Voltigiales, Coniferales and Taxales. Chordataceae have family Chordataceae and the genus is Chordates sequoia. Voltigiaceae family have genus Lavichia. Students, order Coniferale is represented by 4 families: Pinaceae, Araucariaceae, Podocarpaceae and Cephalotaxaceae. Pinaceae is known by genus Abies, that is commonly called firs. Cedrus larix, Picea, commonly called as Prus, Pinus, Pseudothuja, commonly called as Douglas fir, and Thuja, that is commonly known as hemlock. Alocaceae is represented by the genus Matosequoia. Family Podocarpaceae is represented by genus Dacrodium podocarpus, and family Cephalotaxaceae is represented by Cephalotaxus. Fourth is order Taxales, and it has family Taxaceae, and genus is Taxus. Next is general characters of the conifers. Students, plant body is sporophytic in conifers, and the sporophytes are richly branched trees or shrubs. As you can see here, image of the Taxus. One species juniper is prostrate. Here is image of Juniperus horizontalis, that is prostrate. They are generally evergreen and xerophytic, but genera such as Larix, Metasequoia, and Taxodium are deciduous. They are found from the Carboniferous period to the present time, means they originated and dominant in the Carboniferous period. Next is habit and habitat. Students, you can see in these images, conifers tree grow up like a deciduous tree and are shaped like a triangle. The leaves are usually long, pointy needles, as you can see in these images. Spruce, that is Picea, fir, that is Abies, and pines. Students, as I told you, conifers tree are triangular shaped and the branches are soft and flexible. As a result, snow slides off the tree without breaking its limbs. Coniferous trees with their long needle-like leaves thrive where summers are short and cool and winters are long and harsh with heavy snowfall that can last as long as 6 months. You can see in these images they are predominantly present in the temperate or colder region. Students, the growth habit varies from extremely tall tree as in Sequoia, that is a member of Taxodiaceae, to miniature form of Dacrydium, that is a member of Podocarpaceae, which are only some centimeter high. You can see here images of tallest tree Sequoia. First is Sequoia in Central California. Some are among the oldest living beings on earth, that is 2000 to 3500 years. This plant is 273 feet tall and 84 feet in circumference. Bark is 1 foot thick. These are the other images of Sequoia. Next is root. Students, most conifers have rather shallow if wide spreading root system, making the trunk highly susceptible to wind and surface disturbances. Even the largest conifers are no exception, and many of the individual giant sequoias, that is Sequoia dendron giganteum, in National Park in California are ringed by fences to reduce damage to the root by the footsteps of the millions of the admiring visitors. The roots are the least studied part of the conifers but appear to be relatively uniform throughout the group. The specialized roots by which the only parasitic conifer is Parasitaxis eustace attaches to the root of its conifer host are an exception. But the oldest root structures are the knees of the Bate cypress, that is Taxodium distichium. Conical masses of the woody tissue that emerge from the swamp waters around each tree. Their function is still poorly understood. Fine feeding roots of the conifers, like those of many flowering plants, do not work alone. They get a boost in their work by associating with specialized fungi whose structure filaments intermingle with them to form mycorrhizae. There are two distinct types of mycorrhizal association among the conifers. The majority of the species have basicular or vesicular mycorrhizae called endomycorrhizae because the fungal hyphae actually penetrate the cells of the roots. Only the Pinaceae have the other kind of root symbiosis called as ectomycorrhizal because the fungal sheath, the rootlets and hyphae pass between the outer root cells without penetrating them. The roots of Pinus is characterized by ectotropic mycorrhizal association with about 50 different fungal species. The predominant species that form ectotropic mycorrhizae are from Basidiomycotina. Next is branches. Students, branches may be of one kind or they may be of two kinds. As in Pinus, the long shoot of unlimited growth or dwarf shoot of limited growth. As you can see in these images, long shoot, and from the long shoot dwarf shoot arises that bear scale leaves and needle leaves. And the root system is taproot system with mycorrhizal association. Next is stem. Stem contain a small pith and the secondary bud is pycnoxylic. Students, you know very well, pycnoxylic bud is known by presence of large amount of xylem elements and less amount of pith or parenchymatous tissue. It is considered softwood and is more valuable. The secondary wood consists of tracheids with large uniserrate or rarely multiserrate pits on their radial wall. Basals are absent in the coniferales. Raisin canal are distributed in pith and cortex and sometimes also in the wood. You can see here structure of the stem passing through the cambium. Next is stem after secondary growth. Students, you can see that after secondary growth there is formation of the annual rings. Study of annual ring is known as dendrochronology. You know very well, these rings are helpful to know the age of the plant. And annual ring comprises both spring wood and autumn wood. Autumn wood is known by narrow xylem tracheids while spring wood is known by wide xylem tracheids. Prominent cambium is there which produce secondary xylem toward inner side and secondary phloem toward the outer side. A very prominent bark is also present in the conifers. These leaves. Students, leaves are of the two types, that is foliose leaves and scale leaves. As you can see in Pinus, they are generally arranged spirally and only in opposite or whorled manner. Foliose leaves are filiform, needle-like and called needles. Occasionally the leaves are broad. You can see in these images, green leaves are foliose leaves while brown leaves are scale leaves. Needles, thick cuticle cover the epidermis beneath which layers of hypodermis is present. The stomata are sunken, that is characteristic feature of xerophyte. The mesophyll cell have projection to increase surface area and contain raisin canals. Students, you can see and last structure of Pinus needle here. It is triangular in TS and you can see sunken stomata are present to avoid the rate of transpiration, and hypodermis consists of sclerenchyma to provide rigidity. Center is occupied by 1 to 2 vascular bundles which are surrounded by the transfusion tissue to conduct material between the vascular and mesophyll cells. There are dead tracheids in the middle to support the structure. The endodermis surrounds the vascular tissue preventing water loss. Students, conifer trees do lose their leaves but only a few at a time, and these are quickly replaced. Since they generally live in colder area of the world, they always have some leaves so as soon as it warm up and the sun shines, they can make their food. The needles are pretty amazing adaptation to conifers. It is their long thin shape and waxy covering that slow down evaporation so the tree doesn't lose much water. It is this adaptation that allow trees with needle to grow in area where it is cold most of the year and where there is little precipitation. You can see in these images needle-like leaves of the conifers. So students, that's all about the vegetative structure and classification of the coniferates. In next video, I will share with you reproductive structure and economic importance of the coniferates. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you for listening.